Hi Flosstube, it's Lori McClary, textilist. Welcome to my channel. Hey Flosstubies, it's Lori. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a current subscriber, and if you're new, we're glad you're here. I fully intended to have this video up either before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving, but I have to tell you, this last holiday just kind of wiped me out. We had a beautiful holiday. My son came down from Washington and did a bunch of chores around the house, which was great. And I fixed a big dinner. I have turkey for weeks, which is good because I like to make turkey soup. And we just had a really, really great time. It's very cold here in Central Oregon. This morning it was 17 degrees when I got up. So we basically kind of lounged around the fire. The day after Thanksgiving, I got a wild hair and I started taking down all my fall decorations. I kind of like to live in the season. And I started doing orange and beeswax oil on all my wood furniture. So that kind of took me out. I didn't get any decorating done yet because I wanted to get that done. But the furniture is looking really pretty. And just had a great time, did a lot of stitching. And so I have a finish to show you today, and I'll show you what I've been working on, and then we will pack away my fall stitching minus Jack's Bash, because I'll keep stitching on that throughout the year. And then I'm going to show you what else I've been stitching on and some plans. So I have a lot of plans. I always have way more plans than I have energy, but that's okay. I really enjoy the planning process and just I'm really looking forward to the next 4 weeks. So let's get started. The finish I have was Turkey Trot. And this is Not Forgotten Farm, and this is out of the book Not Forgotten Farm Autumn, I believe. If you look on one of my past videos, you will see the cover of the book. I didn't bring it in here today. And this is my finish. I stitched this on 36 count, a hand dye that I did myself. Basically, I took 36 count flax and I tea dyed it. And I used the called for DMC. I love how this turned out. This is just, to me, the perfect fall stitch. And so I'm glad I got that done. I wanted to focus on at least one piece to get done. And I knew I wasn't going to get Turkey Hollow Farm done. But I did get this one done. Despite its small size, there is a lot of stitching there. That house is pretty big, and the stars. So I'm very pleased with that and glad I got that done. And then on Thanksgiving, I did pick up and start Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom of Not Forgotten Farm. And my intention is to hang these close by each other. I am doing this, it's a very small start. I'm doing this on a 36 count beige by weeks. So I have just, let me put something behind it. I have just the beginning started. Now, what I noticed was the threads, the DMCs for Turkey Trot and for Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom were super similar. There was many flosses that were the same. So I put them all on a single floss ring. And I want to share this floss ring with you because it was such a wonderful gift from my friend Tina at Team Inger. And if you don't follow her Instagram, you really need to. She also has an Etsy shop, and she sent me these just gorgeous floss cards. So this set of floss cards have become my Not Forgotten Farm floss ring, and I think I'm just going to keep this floss ring. So anytime I want to do a fall stitch and I want it to match, I can pull from these colors. And I like to do that. If I find a set of colors or color palette that really just works for me, I will go ahead and keep those all together. Some of you have probably seen my French General, which is more based on a fabric line than a floss, but I've pulled floss rings for those. So this is my Not Forgotten Farm floss ring, and from it I will be stitching Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. So I'm glad I got a start on that. It may or may not get a few more stitches before it gets put away for the season. The other thing I stitched on, and I don't think I got a whole lot of stitches on, oh wait, I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna show you a different one. So the other thing I did stitch on is Turkey Hollow Farm by Stacy Nash. I love, love, love this stitch. I was so happy to see how far Christy Green got on hers of Daisy K Primitives. I think she got a finish. I did not get a finish. I'd wanted to get a finish, but I knew I wasn't going to get there. So I am stitching this on, let's see, did I put it on here? Good. Yes, I'm also stitching this on a 36 count gray, beige from Weeks Dye Works. And this is my progress. So I got the top border done and I've started stitching on the sign. And yes, I am going to fill that in. And I think that's so pretty. To me, that kind of makes the stitch along with the house. So that one got some love and attention. And then the next one that I stitched on also was Jack's Bash, but I really did not get a whole lot done. I am stitching this with Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts and Katie and So Tattered. I joined along in their stitch along. We're stitching on the 13th and the 31st, or the last day of the month. So I have a stitch day coming up on this, and it's Jack's Bash. You're going to be seeing this probably every video or every other video. So just a little bit more progress, but I will be doing some significant progress on the border. Not the flowery part of the border, but the border bones. And the reason is that this is on a very large piece of Picture This Plus bramble, and I need the rest of this bramble for a stitch that I'm starting for the holiday. It's one that I know I'm going to start. I have a lot of plans, but this one I know I'm going to start. And that is, let me put this away. That is, where did I hide it? Oh, please. Oh, here we go. I have been wanting to stitch on this forever. It's one of the first things I bought when I started stitching back in 2017. I'm not sure what year this came out. It might have been 2016. And I've been so jealous watching Shanda, and who was she stitching it with? I think she was stitching it with, you know what, I can't remember. But I know Shanda was stitching it and she finished it. And it's O Tannenbaum. And that's a Brenda Gervais. I've had the box, I've had the paints, I've had everything, and I just had not got it started, and I am going to start it probably today. And I am going to stitch it on a 36 count bramble. I actually had it kitted when I bought it, and it came with the called for, let's see, what does it call for? It calls for another picture, this plus. I don't have it written down here, but the color that I had was super green. I really didn't like it. So I have it all kitted up with one of my new little dingle dangles that I made with my friend Linda. And this is going to get started. So I have enough bramble from my Jack's Bash and a smaller piece of bramble. Oops, there we go. And I have it all cattywampus here. And this is going to get started, and I'm pretty excited about starting this stitch. So that's on the plans list. I just wanted to show that because that was kind of a segue, but we're going to pause, and I'm going to show you what else that I've been working on. This is not a cross stitch project. This was a sewing project. And during the intervening time that since we talked, a friend of mine, Tammy, and I went to a bag making class for a Poppins bag. And let's get this out of here. And this is my bag. This is what I made. It turned out exactly as I hoped it would, how I pictured it. I used 3 fabrics from Kim Deal, and I think these are from the Scraps of Kindness line. So this is kind of a deep eggplant purple, and this is a tonal kind of a golden brown. I really love that brown, and then this burnt orange, and I thought they went really well together. This is my fall stitching bag now, and it's a Poppins bag because it opens and looks like the carpet bags. And then here, let me open it so you can see it. Here is the inside, and the inside has the brown and then the burnt orange in the pockets. And I had some scraps left over, so I've been working on other things. Maybe that gives you a little bit better view. It has several pockets, so it's a wonderful stitching bag. And then, of course, I have the pocket on the top. The construction of this is a little bit unusual. It made sense once you started doing it. This is not a beginner bag. There's a lot of manhandling it or woman handling it to get it done, but because it has double interfacing in it. So it's the really thick, I use double-sided Pellon foam, and there's 2 layers of it, but it does give it a really good stability, gives it a lot of texture, and I just love it. I love how it turned out. It was an all-day class, and then I spent another good 8 hours on it constructing the bag, and then a couple hours the following day sewing the bottom on, because you hand sew the bottom of this bag on. I added a few extras it didn't call for. I put a keychain holder here, and then this was a fob, again, that I made at a girls' craft day with my friend Linda and the rest of my stitchy group, and it just happened to go very well. Because I did have some scraps, I had to make, of course, a little stand-up. This is a Minky Kim pattern. This is called the Open Up Box Pouch. And it's not quite finished. I need to put something pretty on the ends, but it holds my stitchy stuff when I go to stitch group, and I really like how this turned out as well. So I'll show you, this is what the Poppins bag looks like. And this is called the Little Poppins bag. There's 2 sizes. There's a short size here, and then there's the size that I made. Now, there is one more Poppins bag that is much larger than this. I think I might make one of those as well. And of the 2 on here, I made the larger one, although, again, this is called the Little Poppins bag. When you buy this, it comes with the wire form that goes into the bag that gives it the carpet bag look. And there is videos online by Auntie's 2, which is the pattern maker, Auntie's 2 Patterns. And she does walk through some of the highlight points, but it's not something that you can make just watching the videos unless you're an experienced bag maker. So, but I really love it. I think it's adorable. Also, I've made this before and I've showed it before, but I'll show you. This is the little bag, the open up box pouch from Minky Kim. And a lot of her patterns are downloads, PDF downloads. So you can get it today if you want to make it today. So there was significant time spent on those to get that done, but I'm very pleased. And now I have to make a Christmas one, of course. So I'm going to put a few things away, and then we're going to start talking about plans. I misspoke. There actually was one more stitch that I have put a significant amount of stitching in on, but it's a Christmas one, so I didn't have it grouped with my others. And I think this is going to be my focus piece of what I hope to get done this season, hopefully before the end of the season, maybe even in time to order a frame. And it's a blackbird design, and I'm getting it out of my sleeve here. And this is an out of print chart, and I'm sorry. I hope that this is something that Alma will release again so every stitcher can stitch it, because it is so beautiful. This one, and then there's another, I don't know what the name of it is. It's got it's a big house. The house is a focus. It's like up on the housetop or something like that. It's also an out of print chart. It's one I don't have. I would love to stitch it, but this is the one I want to get done this season, and it's Winter Wonderland. And it is so pretty. I am doing this on a 30 count weeks gray using the called for colors. And this is my progress. So I finished, when I picked it up a couple days ago, I had just about this much of the border done, maybe a little bit over to here. I had some of the words, or excuse me, some of the alphabet and this motif, and I put in the roof and the house foundation, and I have the upper story windows done and the front door. And I'm going to keep stitching along on this because I really would like to have it done, and it is so pretty. And these are the called for colors. It's a beautiful palette. I love it. It's so pretty. So that, I think, is all of the things that I've been stitching. I might find another one, but I think that was it. And so now we're going to go to plans. Okay, you may see that I'm starting and stopping the recording because it's easier to do that and do all the unzipping off camera, so you don't have to listen to it because I have all of these on my handy dandy hangers. So first up in the list of things that are probably going to get stitched on sometime in the next 30 days for the holiday season. First one up is Christmas at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash. And I don't have a whole lot on it. I have the border started. This is one of those borders that you really have to pay attention to. I know that when I stitched it on it last time, I had finally figured out a stitch path that was going to work. So hopefully I will remember that. But here are the called for flosses. I am doing this on a 36 count Lakeside Linen Vintage Pearl Barley, which is one of my very favorite. Between this and Vintage Metal Rue, I think are my two favorite. I love the colors on this. Yes, I know it's going to be a close one, and it's going to be just as close on the other side, but I'm not worried. I know good framers who can help me frame that. But this was the perfect piece of linen, so I had to use it. I didn't have another piece of Vintage Pearl Barley, and it's hard to come by. Next up, with a string hanging from it, a piece of floss, is Winter Rose Manor, also by Brenda Gervais. And I'm stitching this on, I don't remember if I did it on a 36 or 40 count, but it's a piece of tea-dyed linen. I started out with platinum, and I tea-dyed it. I over-dyed it, and I love the color. I think it's going to be beautiful. I really need to get stitching on it because I have the follow-up pattern to this, and I'd love to get started on that one too. I did stitch the little one here. I stitched that sometime this summer. That is complete. And I have that in my country sampler bag that I made one for me and one for Lisa to commemorate our first trip to country sampler. Next one up, another Brenda Gervais, is the Noel sampler. And I am stitching this on a 40 count vintage light exemplar. I am using the called for DMC. This is such a beautiful color palette. This is another one that I may save as a color palette for Christmas stitches. And it also has a floss hanging from it. I've kind of gotten out of the habit of doing that. It means I haven't picked this up in quite a while, but I try to finish out whatever threads that I have on needles before I put a piece down, if I can. So I like to get some stitching in on this. I love this stitch. I think once I get the house done, the rest will go pretty quickly. The border on this side is pretty simple. Actually, the other border goes fairly fast as well, but I love this stitch and I cannot wait to have it on my wall. The next one that's going to get some love and attention is Christmas Garden by Blackbird Designs. And sorry for the glare. There we go. I think everyone's familiar with this. You're probably going to see a lot of it this Christmas. And this is my progress, very small. I did change out the colors. Mine are a little bit deeper. Well, actually, they're a lot deeper than the original colors. The Calico Kitten just was not my style. So I am using Forest Glade, Briar Rose, Log Cabin, which is a Victoria Motto for the dark brown, and Heirloom Gold for the gold in that. And I do like the colors on this. And this is being stitched on, I don't recall what I'm stitching this on. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it looks like a light exemplar, but it could possibly be a something that I overdyed. Not sure. Have it in this project bag, which is Holly Taylor, vintage Holly Taylor fabric. And yeah, you know what? I think if I work on the border, that might be my focus on that one, is just to get the border done, and then it will be a lot easier to get the motifs in the proper place. And so next, I'm going to be working on Heaven and Nature Sing by Kathy Barrick. I had fully intended on getting this completed last year, and I really should make it my focus piece, but I haven't decided to get done this year for Christmas. And I am doing this on 28 count vintage maple sugar, which is a gorgeous color. And this is my progress. So I have the big part done, the stag, and I just need to finish his antlers and the motifs, and it'll be done. I'm doing this with the called for floss, which is right here. I love this piece. I love this linen. It's another favorite from Lakeside Linen. And this is the bag I have it in. I think it's really pretty. Next up, these are some starts that I did last year. So last year and even the year before, I stitch on whatever I want to stitch on at the time. So I have a lot of new starts. I'm really enjoying them. I love just picking a piece up and putting in a couple threads and then grabbing a new one, you know, whatever strikes my fancy. And that plan worked really well for a couple of years. So I'm going to kind of stick with that plan. But that means I have a lot of starts to show you. So let's see, I don't have the cover right here with me because I have a lot of these stuffed in one bag. But this is a Kathy Barrick or one of her other houses. And this is reindeer sack or reindeer feed sack. It's stitched on a 28 count tin roof gingham by Weeks, and it has two colors. And 3865 and 3777, which I think are the call for colors. And this is the call for linen. And if I find a picture, I will insert it in here so you can see which one I'm talking about. And that might be the case for several of these. I might have my working copy, but not necessarily the picture. So we'll work through that the best we can. The next one up is Merry Christmas Pink Heap, and it's a Stacy Nash. And I am stitching this on a hand dye mystery linen that looks like it's a 32 count. And again, I may have to pop a picture in up here because I don't have my chart with it. I have just my working copy chart. And I'm doing this with DMC 22. Oops, I've got it backwards or upside down. 221. And that's my start from last year. Also in that bag, I have Snowed In Sampler Ornament and Silent Night Pin Keep, which I think I had slated to do on that same piece of linen. The next one up is Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler. I do have my chart cover for that, and that's Shakespeare's Peddler. This one is so cute, and it has really beautiful floss selection. I'm doing it in the DMCs. And I am doing this on a 40 count Weeks Beige. And this is my start from last year. Got a little wrinkle in there. And these are the DMC equivalent. I think it calls for sampler threads, but this is the DMC conversion. And I think they're beautiful. So I have those. And I think I have a few other starts to show you from last year. This one, not that one, this one. This is a Stacy Nash, and I love this one so much. This is the 12 Days of Christmas Sewing Roll by Stacy Nash. Not the best picture because the stitch is so beautiful. Suzette from Suzette the Primitive Stitcher, she has stitched this. I think she's finished. I could be wrong. And she's the one who inspired me to start this. This is being stitched on the called for, and it's being stitched using the called for. Oh wait, here's this. Here it is. This is 30 count Weeks Putty. So scratch everything I said before that. 30 count Weeks Putty. I love this color for Christmas stitches. I think it's gorgeous, and these are the called for DMC, and that's what I have done, and it's so pretty. So many pretty things to stitch on. Okay, let's see. Look at my bag here. What do I have in there? I think what I have left, no, I have a few started stitches, but they're just going to get all mixed up. So I'm going to put these away and then come back and show you some of the things that are kitted up that I had planned to start last year and didn't get to, and a few other things that I'm stitching on. Okie dokie. The next one I want to show you, and I'm hoping to get some stitches on, is Hibernation Day by Beth Twist. And I am stitching this on a 28 count, something that I overdyed. I don't remember what it began as, but I've got a floss hanging. This is my progress so far. And I'm using the called for flosses. And I really need to get this done. It's on, because it's on 28 count. Oh wait, maybe I have it there to say what it is. Nope. Because it's on 28 count, these are the ones I pick up when I'm tired and just need some easy stitching, but it's very beautiful. I can't wait to get that done, and I have it in this project bag. And the next one is a Prairie Schooler. And I usually kit up several Prairie Schoolers for the season. So for instance, in this bag, I have December and Christmas Tree Farm and Christmas Village and Winter Wind. So I have a lot of other ones, but that's what I had in here. I think there's one that I really want to get in here into this bag too, and that's Snow Day. But what I do is I go through all of the charts and I kit up in DMC a floss ring for that whole set of charts, and then they all stay in the bag together, whether I'm working on one or all of them or whatever. So this is the floss ring. It's not that big. I mean, some of my Prairie Schooler floss rings are huge, but this is the one for those charts that I just showed you, and then the one that I'm working on is December. And this is a 20, no, that doesn't, this looks like a 32 count. And I don't have it on here. I believe this is a 32 count. I have not found my sweet spot for my Prairie Schoolers. I really prefer to stitch on 36 and 40. I'm not sure, maybe it will make them too small. There's a lot of stitching in them. I like the stitching to kind of really pop out. But I really haven't found I haven't found the right count, and I really haven't found the right colors that that I know that I want to take forward in doing all of them. The Thanksgiving ones, I think I found. I think the weeks, the beige and the gray and like tin roof or aspen, that's a really good colorway for the fall ones. I just need to find the right one for the winter ones, so that when I'm stitching ones that are similar sizes, I can kind of pop them in and out of however I decide to frame those. So that's my Prairie Schooler bag of those. That's aside from the Santas. The Santas have their own bag. They're ongoing. I haven't been stitching on a Santa for a while. I probably will pick it up. I'm kind of not in the mood right now for Prairie Schooler Santa, but I do those on a 30 count raw linen. Here, I'll show you. I've showed these several times before, but of course I'm one in progress. 2006, 2021, 2008. Oh, that one, the reason I'm not stitching on that right now is I had picked up the wrong linen. So I will probably finish it, but I'm going to focus on the set that I'm trying to stitch. 1988, 1989, and 1986. So I have probably a third of the charts, but not all of them, but I have plenty to keep me busy to do all the Santas. So the Santas are in the bag. Prairie Schooler Winters are in the bag. Let's see. I think everything else are things that are kitted up and or are in the plans. So without further ado, this one is kitted up, and I've kitted it up and changed the orange for a red. And this is Not Forgotten Farm Mary Snow. And I'm going to make that a Christmas looking one by changing the orange out for 355. I don't have linen picked for this yet, but these are the floss colors of that stitch. I think it's going to be beautiful. That's Christmas stitch. As a small, most of these are small, so I'm going to show you right now. This one, I don't have a linen as well, and it's from Lori Rippey, and it's Mary Bell, and I have it kitted up with the called for DMC. So that will potentially get started. And I also have Hospitality and Good Cheer by Lori Rippey. It came out last year. I haven't looked to see what she has for this year yet. I think I need to do that because that was the first one. This was 2021. And this is 2022. And I'm sure there's probably something. And I do have this kitted in the called for flosses. So it's part of my small set. I also have kitted up with floss Stacy Nash Mary Pinky. Trying to get it without the glare there. These are my working copies. And I have it kitted up with the called for DMC. Beautiful colors. I love these colors. Another one by Not Forgotten Farm. I don't have the floss for it yet, but it looks like it calls for all DMC. And this is White Christmas. Now, a lot of these I'm showing you can be bought and downloaded as PDFs from the designer's website. I think that one is so pretty. So Not Forgotten Farm on the list. Another from Not Forgotten Farm. This one's probably going to move close to the top of the list. And this is Merry Old Christmas. I did see that Lori Brecklin has released some new, I kind of glanced at them this morning, released some new Christmas, but this is on the list. This also calls for all DMC. And this one, I'm going to flash it really quick, is a Pinker and Pumpkin, and it's been on my list for a couple of years, and it's Christmas at Underwood Lane. Real quick. It's free. So you can go to her Pinker and Pumpkin blog, do a search for Christmas at Underwood Lane, and then she also has just a ton of other things. This one in particular is very, very cute. So that one is on my list. It also calls for all DMC. So all of those are in one bag of smalls because I want just a bunch of smalls. For dough bowl, for trees, for decorating, for mantles, for my hutch, things like that. So that's all in this really pretty bag. These bags are very handy when you run out of bags and you don't have time to make more. Okay, so that's the smalls. The others are things that I have kitted up or I bought as kits, or there's a couple here I think I do need to kit up. But these are on the plans list. Now, my plans list is just that, just planning. I do know that there's a couple others that are in my chart stash that I want to get out, and I might just kit them up. I might put a few stitches in. I might just plan for next year. I'm not sure, but I know I need to sit down and go through my charts and see what I'm really loving and what I'm really missing that I might want to get started. So having said that, the next one up, I was part of the Stacy Nash Club through Country Sampler, and it's a Wonderful Life Pinky drum. So I'll get it up anytime I just want to pick it up and get going. That's in my bag. Another one that I've been meaning to do for years. Again, I got it as a kit through the club through Dying to Stitch when it first came out, and that is Merry Christmas Pink Drum by Blackbird Design. So that came out in 2018. So that's kitted up, ready to go. Another Dying to Stitch one that I just love, it's so pretty, is a Mount Vernon Christmas. And that's all kitted up, ready to go. Let's see, what else do I have that's kitted up? Oh, I really love this one. I actually had this one kitted up for me, and it's a Mary Cox, and it's called 'Tis Christmas Time, and there's several little stitches in there. Let's see if I can get closer so you can see what they are. And there's a needle book in there, and it is kitted up with the linen. I don't know if the floss is in there. It doesn't look like it. I think it's just the linen. So the linens that are required for those stitches are in there. I kitted this up this year, sometime this year. I was watching Hollis Hands Creates, Christine. Hi, Christine. And behind her on the wall was this stitch, and I had to contact her right away and find out what she had stitched it on, because it was just stunning. There was this one and another one, and I think she made a linen change, because I don't think this is what, no, it is. No, it's a call for linen. So she didn't. She used the call for, but I'm sorry. I'm talking about this and not showing you. It's a Merry Heart. And this is a Plum Street. And there is the stitch. And this is called to be stitched on ale. Picture this plus ale. And these are the called for colors. And it was just stunning. So I don't remember which floss tube it was, but she had these behind her hanging on the wall, this one and another one, and I bought both of them. This one I kitted up, but I'd really like to get started on that one. It's so pretty. Just, it's hard to explain how gorgeous it is. So that's in the plans. Got my beautiful project bag here. This one's partially kitted, meaning I have pulled several of the flosses, not all of the flosses. And it's Christmas at Winterberry Cabin. Sorry for the glare. And this is a Brenda Gervais. And I have pulled several of the flosses. I don't think that's all of them. It could be. I'm not sure. I don't have a linen picked out for that yet. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Another one, there's several Brenda Gervais here, so let's just put all those together. Merry Yuletide, that's on my list. And I keep going back and forth whether I want to do this on a big count and make a pillow or do something small. It's not small to begin with. I think it calls for, well, it calls for a 22 count fine Ariosa, which is a 18 by 27. So it finishes a little bit smaller than that. It doesn't say. So it's not small. So maybe I'll just do what it's called for. Another one I've been dying to do for years, I just love it. Several people have finished it, is Paper Snowflakes. This is a Brenda Gervais. This one as well, and I love how Brenda has finished it. I will probably do something very similar, although Michelle Farm Girl finished it a little bit differently, and I love her finish too. It's really cute. And that is Letters for Santa. I love me some ticking. Doesn't matter what color. I just think ticking is cool. Reminds me of pillows at my grandma's house. This is a recent acquisition. I don't remember who was showing it. It might have been Carol showing it on her Flosstube, and I really, really liked it. And this is a Stacy Nash Pine Tree Farm Pin Keep. And that is really pretty. So sometimes it's nice to break out of the reds, although the deep reds and the deep greens are my favorite. I really do like the dirty, muddy, kind of denim blues. Let's see. Does it say what color blue on the back here? It doesn't, but I do like that. And I think that one has probably been walnut dyed. Another one that's been on my list forever is Sleigh Rides and Snowflakes. And oops, there we go. Sleigh Rides and Snowflakes. And that is a Scarlet House. I'd love to get that started. And then one of my friends at Stitch Group was stitching this last year, and she finished it, and it's so pretty. So pretty. She made some changes. I believe that she did the house in red, and I'm going to follow her lead, and I'm going to do the house in red. And it's another Scarlet House, and it's Christmastide at Holly House. I may or may not do the reindeer. I may just stop the chart right there, but I haven't fully decided yet. But I love this stitch. And there's one more. I don't have it in here. I'll have to show you next time. There's another one that I know that is on my list of things to start. You can see that several of these are not kitted up, so I may or may not decide that I want to kit things up. I've got so much that I want to stitch on, and that's not all of my Christmas whips. I have more Christmas whips that I didn't pull out yet. I may not pull out this season. So those are cross stitch plans. Now I have other plans, but I need to clear off a little bit of this so that I can get to those, and I'll see you in a moment. I am so disorganized today. I had a few more charts that I wanted to show you that might make it on the start list. One of them is the Peace and Goodwill sampler. And I may, not sure, I may leave the alphabet off and just do from here down. I think that would be really cute. And then I have a couple of Artful Offerings. Now, I love her stuff. There's a new one she has out. I think it's recent this year, and it's 3 pairs. It's really cute. But also on the list is Cranberry Christmas. I love how unique her designs are. They are so pretty. And then along with that is Rocking Horse Holiday. Love those. So those were a few more. Okay, so next up, let's talk wool. I have a big basket here of stuff. This is where I kind of throw things that might be something that I want to start. First one up is from Primitive Gatherings, and I'm not going to take everything out. I'm going to try my best to minimize the glare, but there's just too much to undo and redo. So another gal, my Tuesday Stitch group, there's probably, I think there's maybe 40, 45 people that go at any given time. And some of us are wool workers, some of us are stitchers, some of us are knitters, there's quilters. Several of us are all multi-crafters, so we bring a lot of things. But generally, one end of the table is a lot of the wool stitchers, and the other end of the table is cross stitchers, and then there's a mix in between. But we do like to share our crafts back and forth. Anywhoosie, one of the gals was stitching on this, and it reminded me, number one, that I had the pattern, and number two, how beautiful it is. Now, this is a lot bigger than you think. The finished size is actually 18 inches across. So this little pattern is not indicative of that it's tiny. It's not, but it is so pretty. I love this. This is a Primitive Gatherings. It's a beautiful wool stitch. Then there's some Stacy West, who is Buttermilk Basin. There's a few that I think would be really great pin pillows to tuck in with the cross stitch. And this one is Simply Words, block of the month, and that's Noel and Snow. That's December. This one is from June, but I really liked that it had wool. So I think the wool would work for the holiday. And then this one is May's, but it just says snow. So I think that would be great as well. So those are in the bag. This little tiny house, I have this stand that goes on, and these, if I got them out, if I picked out all the ones I was going to do and traced them out, it'd probably take me a day to trace everything out and fuse it and start cutting it out, and then it's just the stitching. So that might be what I do. I'm not sure. So that is a possibility. These are kits. So this is more Buttermilk Basin. This is Ugly Sweater Ornament. So cute. And another ugly sweater ornament. I don't remember how many there were, but there were several. I only have a few, but I bought these as kits 2 or 3 years ago. Here's another Buttermilk Basin possibility. There's really not a whole lot of stitching to do on that. And that is also a bit bigger than you would think. It's about, 13.5 by 21 inches. Something like that. This little pincushion, I've had this kit for quite a while. Isn't that cute? I've seen it made up. It's very cute. This is one I bought from the Woolen Needle. I have a couple, and this is very, very pretty. And I believe I have the kit for this. Yes, I do. So Winter Pines from the Woolen Needle. I think this is a standard one they have all the time. And yeah, here's the kit. So it's a beautiful dark blue wool. And then there's the, let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, I have some more Primitive Gatherings. This is Wooden Spool. These I've had for quite a while. And it's a kit. Santa and Tree Ornament. That Santa is really, really cute. I've seen these made up. They're adorable. I've got that kit. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, here's some more ornaments by Buttermilk Basin. Little tree. I have some quilt possibilities. This is a Coach House Designs, and it's called Christmas Bears. Isn't that cute? Bear Paw is my favorite block. And I love this one. This is Red Wagon. This is probably, I'm pretty sure it's out of print. It's 1989. You might be able to find it on the secondary market. But Woodland Santa. Is that adorable? And then I have some of these from All Through the Night, which is Bonnie Sullivan. And these are pre-printed. And then you just do a little bit of stitching on top and maybe put some wool on top of that. So I've had these for a long, long time. Some of this stuff I haven't seen for a while just because I finally got the majority of my sewing supplies unpacked. I'll show that one later. Oh, this is another. This is made out of flannel. This is a Bonnie Sullivan All Through the Night quilt. It's very pretty and goes together quite fast. So that's what I had in my wool basket. So those are some other possibilities of projects that I dive into. And then who knows what's going to come along in between now and then. So thanks for joining me today. I'm hoping to post a little bit more often between now and the end of the year. And I look forward to sitting and visiting with each and every one of you. And, oh, I've got one more thing. I've got a giveaway. So I am this close to 5,000 subscribers, which is very exciting. And I would like to do a little giveaway today for this video. And then next video, if I have reached 5,000, we're going to do something a little bit more special. So I think... oh, please, I need to go find it. Okay, I'm back. So today's giveaway is just a little one, and it is Basket Full of Wintertime by Brenda Gervais. And let's see, what's the question? So I'm thinking of a question. You need to be 18 or older because I'm going to ask for your address. Do not say giveaway or gift or prize or anything like that in the comments. I do need you to comment. And I'd like you to put winter in the comment somewhere. You can just put winter. You can do a sentence. You can write a jingle, whatever you want. But I would like you to tell me what your favorite Christmas, winter, holiday stitch is to date. It could be one that you want to stitch. It could be one that you're stitching. It could be one that you have completed. But tell me what the chart name is and the designer, because I'm interested. I'm always interested in finding some new charts. And I will pick from the comments with the random comment picker generator. Speaking is hard when you're on Flosstube. You do need to be a subscriber, and I do check. There's a quick, easy way for me to do that. And please like the video. That would be great. And share with your friends. So I don't know if you know, but there's a little button that looks kind of like a crooked arrow, and it says share. So if you know someone who is a Flosstuber, or not a Flosstuber, who likes to watch Flosstube, and maybe hasn't watched my channel yet, but you think it would be a good match, then share. Go ahead and share. Sharing is nice. Sharing is fun. So again, thank you everyone, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And till then, happy stitching.